According to eHow.com, the act of identifying and solving potential risk is risk management. Today
I will hope to identify what is managing risk, finding a way to minimize any business loss, and evaluating risk versus reward. First, we must understand what is risk. Risks are negative impacts on safety, project performance, cost, or schedule in a business. This can also be evaluated on a personal level. The next step is evaluating why we manage risk. Organizations manage risk basically to survive. The reasons for death in successful companies are usually reputation, where shareholders' investments and interests are concerned, as well as safety. Keeping your employees safe generates customers and gives you a secure financial backing. Reasons for immediate death in companies is longevity as a business. Most businesses want to start off with at least 5 years of positive growth. This includes successful projects, synergy, planning, and of course, profit. Limiting legal liability is also important. This includes your financial as well as your reputation. Again, financial in ways of suing or lawsuits, reputation as well as shareholders not investment or investments being too small. Every business organization is different. Most risks are the same. Must remember, no risk, no reward. The next step in our evaluation is controlling risk. The most important thing to remember is that you are in control. Ways to control risk are planning, setting goals that are attainable, both long-term and short-term. Be aware of what is exposed, whether it be property, goodwill, reputation, or assets. The risk management process describes steps to combat risk, but what you can do to make sure you're ready is to know the classifications of risk, whether it be external versus internal. Is this happening outside of your company or inside? Is it pure versus speculative? Can we count on it to be happening, or maybe it won't happen a couple years from now? Is it direct versus indirect? Is this directly affecting your company, or are other things in the world indirectly affecting your company? Since the increase of social media, new risks have been introduced. This will definitely be an classification of risk. When we consider the airlines and mistreatment of bags, long waits, and overprotective security, we can count on social media for having negative effects on businesses and companies, especially the airlines. Restaurants suffer from things like this too. Comments and negative feedback reduces the amount of customers who are willing to eat at the restaurant. Universities are the same. Finances and limiting financial loss. I'm here to give you some techniques to do so. The first is employ a risk manager. Have someone in charge of only maintaining risk. Understand both accounting and economics. Establish both short-term and long-term goals. Here are those goals again. The next is risk transfer, which is basically establishing some type of insurance. Keep on limiting. Evaluating interest rate risk versus exchange rate risk. Create and have a maintained savings. This is called risk retention. Act as if you take complete liability for your business. You're better safe than sorry. And expand your horizons. More importantly, diversification. This means having more than one interest in more than one things. What you must understand is that all risk can be reduced but never eliminated. The goal is to keep as much profit in your pocket as possible. And these are a few techniques that will help you do so. In just a few slides, we have learned so much about managing risk. What I would like you to take away is to act in complete liability Of your business. You are in control no matter what. The idea is to cover your booty. Make sure that you have everything in set and ready to play. Speaking of playing, know the game, then play the game. Know where your company or business stands in the marketplace so that you can act and react in positive ways. Remember who is involved. Most businesses act in the interest of shareholders, but you also have your employees and customers. Risk can be reduced but never eliminated. This is the most important. As much planning you may do, things can still go wrong. Have a backup to the backup. Risk categories are developing. I mentioned one, social media. Who knows what will be years from now? Be open to new ideas and new concepts, and be able to plan to support those. Thank you for listening.